Josh Thomson and Big John McCarthy just had this amazing debate about Alex Pereira. They're wondering if he deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore of MMA legends. Can you believe that? Big John doesn't think Pereira is quite there yet. But listen to this. He said if Pereira moves up to heavyweight and grabs that title too, he'd absolutely earn his place among the all-time greats. Wow. Josh Thomson, though, he's actually open to the idea already. He says if Pereira can beat Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313, he might deserve that legendary status. The thing is, Pereira hasn't faced a really high-level wrestler yet. This fight with Ankalaev is going to be huge. Thomson made this really interesting point about the middleweight division historically being one of the weakest in MMA, and right now, light heavyweight isn't much stronger either. Remember when 205 was the premier division in the sport? Not anymore. Despite all that, Thomson is just amazed by Pereira's incredible rise and how he always delivers in big moments. He called his career remarkable. If Pereira finishes Ankalaev, Thomson believes he'll be knocking on the door of Mount Rushmore status. The biggest question about Pereira has always been his wrestling, and now with Ankalaev as his test, this fight is going to be the absolute moment of truth.
And the only reason why I'm on the fence, it has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that 85, I've said this, is the weakest weight class in the sport. 205 at this moment is probably the second weakest. Yeah. It was the pillar of the sport for the longest time. It's like this what helped grow the sport was this weight class. True. It is not that anymore. So for him to come in, I think what he's done in his career is absolutely remarkable. Everything, and he's called upon, he answers the door, and he fucking delivers every single time. Fantastic fighter. For him to get this done against Ankalaev, he goes out and if he knocks Ankalaev out, he's knocking on that door to me. He really is knocking on that Mount Rushmore door. To do what he has done in such a short period of time is remarkable. Remarkable. It is. And, and for everyone to say like, hey, the one, he hasn't fought the wrestler, and I get it. This is the time.
Well, he is now.
Yeah, he is now.
Alex Pereira had this totally unexpected run-in with Kamaru Usman before his UFC 313 showdown with Magomed Ankalaev. The light heavyweight champ actually took this chance to make amends with Usman. He playfully mentioned his new friendship with Israel Adesanya. Usman quickly reassured him there was never any problem between them in the first place, emphasizing the deep respect shared among warriors. But then something shocking happened. Pereira suddenly started speaking English. Everyone was absolutely stunned. No one expected this.
His friends got this ring, gotta be his friend too. What? Yeah, we all be friends now. Now we can be friends. Of course. Never not friends. Nunca não amigo. When you're warriors, hey, never not friends. We share some spirit. Right? Fala um pouquinho em português. Practicing. You practicing in English? Fala pra você tá praticando esse inglês, quando é que ensina pra você? Understand. You understand? Good. Alright, so. That's the other thing all. It comes anything. It's just quiet, so you understand a little bit? You speak slow, I understand. Okay. You speak fast, for me it's difficult. And like this, don't ever let them know you speak English like this.
Let me tell you about the incredible bond between Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya. These two warriors proudly represent Nigeria on the global stage. Together, they've paved the way for African MMA, inspiring a whole new generation of fighters across the continent. Adesanya once had this fierce rivalry with Alex Pereira. They clashed twice in kickboxing before facing off in two high-stakes MMA bouts. But that chapter is behind them now as the former rivals have built this amazing new friendship. In other news, Jon Jones is on the hunt for a man who deliberately shoulder-barged him. Jones was left visibly frustrated. The incident was caught on camera, showing Jones raising his arm in complete disbelief. He seemed to be wondering what this social media prankster was trying to accomplish. Jones took to Instagram asking his followers to track down the man's account. And guess what? The culprit turned out to be someone called The Greatest Entertainer, a content creator known for pulling similar stunts, including bumping into 2017 World's Strongest Man Eddie Hall. Belal Muhammad recently broke down the highly anticipated light heavyweight clash between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev. He's actually predicting a victory for Ankalaev. Muhammad acknowledged that many people assume the key to beating Pereira is simply taking him down. He noted that every opponent who has attempted a takedown against Pereira has succeeded. But he emphasized that Ankalaev is probably the best wrestler Pereira has faced to date, which could be a major challenge for the champion. Despite this, Muhammad pointed out something interesting. Ankalaev isn't primarily a grappler, he's actually a counter-striker who prefers to trade on the feet. Muhammad believes the fight will come down to Ankalaev's approach. If he engages in a striking battle, he risks playing right into Pereira's strengths, making for a tough night. However, if Ankalaev puts his ego aside and implements a grappling-heavy game plan from the start, Muhammad believes he has a clear path to victory. Muhammad found another fascinating factor. Pereira's devastating calf kicks, especially effective against orthodox fighters, might not work as well against a southpaw like Ankalaev. He recalled how Jan Blachowicz, another fighter who used heavy kicks, engaged in this grueling battle of bone-on-bone strikes with Ankalaev. In Muhammad's view, Pereira will likely avoid that type of exchange, which further reinforces his belief that Ankalaev has the tools to get the win.
Everybody's always looking for the easy path to victory against Pereira. You think you could just go in there and take him down. I think Ankalaev is probably the best wrestler he's fought. And I think I saw like a stat where anybody who attempted to take down on Pereira, they achieved it. They took him down. So if I'm Ankalaev, he's not like the biggest grappler, right? He's more of a striker himself. He's a counter striker. He likes to bang. And I think it comes down to what his game plan is. If he's going to come out there early trying to show that he can strike with you, or if he puts egos aside and goes out there grappling right away. Because if you're going to sit there and strike with Pereira, it's going to be a hard night for you no matter who you are, how good your striking is. The thing is, I think southpaw against southpaw, I don't know if the Pereira calf kicks or southpaw against orthodox, the Pereira calf kicks is going to work on him.
That.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to achieve that one on him. But just remember when Jan was just going bone to bone with Ankalaev. I don't think Pereira's going to do that.
Drama in the UFC Performance Institute. In footage circulating on social media, Colby Covington was seen spotting his former teammate Themba Gorimbo at the UFC Performance Institute before quickly deciding to go the other way. As Covington turned a corner into a training area, he glanced back at his cameraman with this worried look before bolting in the opposite direction. His swift exit appeared to be due to his complicated history with Gorimbo, a former training partner and fellow UFC welterweight. While Gorimbo once spoke highly of Covington, even crediting him for support early in his career, their relationship eventually soured. Gorimbo attributes their falling out to an incident at the UFC PI, where he claims Covington kicked him off a treadmill so he could cut weight alone ahead of his UFC 296 title fight. That moment, according to Gorimbo, marked the end of their friendship.
You saw who was down there? The ungrateful motherfucker who we used to feed. I think we should just go fucking train around him, actually.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news. We'll be back tomorrow with more explosive stories from the world of mixed martial arts.